pretty calm and non-assuming start to what I hope is a rather calm and non-assuming journey from Michigan to California. The items in the trailer, there's 2 separate shipments there. Got a letter here. One is split, it's on either side of the central item. We have two pieces of the same furniture item right here. And then between those, we have some basically 4x8 sheets of, I think, flooring. This is for counter that's going to be made into countertops, floor, decorative wall piece. I have no idea, but these 4x8 sheets of faux marble. Let's go. 10 minutes into the trip here, and I turned around, almost didn't do it, because I figured either he was already hit or not going to cross. But here we go. I'm gonna take him to the closest water in his direction of travel and let him go there. This is, I'm glad I turned around. I didn't feel like turning around. And I kind of told myself it wasn't worth it. But you never know if it's worth it or not. That hits on a lot of different levels. I'm going to take him down to the water. Walk through some poison ivy, it looks like. And hope that he decides to stay put this time. Oops. Oh. There we go. All right. Saving the turtle changed my direction of travel a little bit. And keep it just to the relevant information, I bought some tape at DG and just reinforced everything some more. And I thought it would be interesting to see how much this trip costs from Michigan to California. So here's my first fill up just to top the tank off. As long as I was slowing down today, I decided to visit my apartment, which exists primarily for storage and a business address, and make either this work to create a flat bed surface in my car or modify it to make it work. The car does pretty well for sleeping, but there are irregularities there in the surface of the floor, and I can feel them through the mattress pad. That should help. That should also help. Now this looks acceptable for a 20-year-old adventure seeker, which I am not, but it's gonna have to do for me as well. Those of you who've been on my channel for a while have probably noticed that I'm not super satisfied with a lifestyle of continuous, really hard work. And I'm not saying that just trying to add in things that I've previously enjoyed is necessarily 100% of the solution to that. But having said that, I am going to try to add in some things that I've previously gotten enjoyment out of. So I just packed up some light reading on a topic that I'm interested in. I haven't read in a long time, I packed up some running shoes, some trail running shoes to do some trail running out west, and a hammock to use to set up, enjoy, relax in, a tent in case I end up doing some real camping and not just car camping. They are very different things. And what else? I think that's it. So follow along if you want. I want to encourage you, if you'd like to follow along with me personally, I'm going to put a link, if I remember it, in the description of this video to my personal YouTube channel. One of two channels I would consider my personal YouTube channels. Both have a little bit different focuses. One is for posting really fun, just goofy, random stuff, and that's not the one I'm going to link. The other one is for more thoughtful, reflective stuff, and they're both pretty big umbrellas. But I'm really strongly considering moving away from this channel because it's focused 100% on something that I don't derive the majority of my identity from, or at least don't want to derive the majority of my identity from, and focusing more on the channel that I'm going to link here. So I might say more about that in the near future, but I'll keep it to just that for now. And there was one other thing I wanted to say about it. What I have thought is that maybe instead of discontinuing this channel, I just want to focus it on a more constructive, intentional overview of my business and the positives about the business and the positives and takeaways for other people who may be interested in watching because you're interested in forming your own business. And I think honesty is really important. So, I need to be honest and say that at this point, right here, right now, if I could go back in time 5 years, I might not have ever started doing this, or I might have started with a different mentality. And that's the mentality that I'm trying to take on this trip, one in which I'm able to slow down, to appreciate and enjoy the process, and to be focused on the process, and make sure that process doesn't look like just racing around, taking anything I see along the way, but making intentional, smart decisions along the way and enjoying the ride. So I'm not sure if taking that mentality will keep me in the business and will keep this YouTube channel active, but if anything that will. So I'm gonna go ahead, pack these last couple of things in the car, and start driving from Michigan to California. Thank you for following along. I am officially into Indiana. I think it's already like 8 p.m. or so, and I believe that it is great to spend money on things that make you happy, but I've also realized that I'm not really spending money on eating out for almost every meal on the road because it makes me happy. I'm spending that money because it seems convenient, or most likely because I'm in a rush, which being in a rush also does not make me happy. So I just got some groceries because I think that will make me happier. The biggest issue with always eating out for every meal is that at the end of the day, you're home to someplace and you're tired, you don't want to do anything, and you don't have any food stocked in the car. So it's gonna make me happy to have some food handy all the time. It's probably gonna save me money in the long run. Even if it doesn't, it's actually gonna end up being more convenient to have this handy all the time. So after this, I'm still going to take a walk over to one of my favorite mediocre food establishments that I think provides a good amount of food at a decent value with a reasonable amount of variety available, and it's quick and convenient and all those things. It's pretty much everything except exceptional food, and that is Panda Express. It's pretty mediocre Chinese American food, but it hits a lot of other things really well. And it's gonna make me happy to have some hot food right now, but still have all this stuff. So here we go. I am on the trip to California. This is how it starts. It starts slow. It starts with one good hearty meal at Panda Express and then pushing on to Chicago. I'm happy that I'm going to be hitting Chicago not only on a weekend, but also kind of a little bit later in the day. It shouldn't be bad. My goal today is really just to make it past Chicago. If I make it to Iowa, I'd be really happy with that. I am totally bringing this outside food or drink, food or beverage, in this case beverage, into Panda Express, but honestly I'll probably be done with it by the time I walk over there. Let's see what we got. Be willing to admit your mistakes. Eating here was not one of them. And everything you desire must be earned. All right.
In a quarter mile, turn left onto Park Avenue.
They can be unpredictable when you have a trailer. They can be pulling a little 8-foot trailer and it gets treated like a semi-trailer and you pay a $30 toll instead of a $2 toll. So I try to avoid them, which means I'm on surface roads for a little while going through Chicago.
At the light, turn left onto Park Avenue.
Alright, very much past Chicago, still in Illinois, and this may be where I stop for the night. I'll see if I feel like I want to drive anymore after I do the main thing I stopped for, which is to just tape up a little bit of the wrap that I see has kind of broken and is blowing around. Nothing problematic at this point, just some of the thinner pieces where it wasn't doubled over a whole lot of times towards the bottom. Everything really looks perfectly fine, but I want to tidy that up. And I'm tired. I had a 3 a.m. night last night and some other late nights and exhausting days recently, so this may be where I choose to stop for the night, but I'm not totally decided yet. Pretty sure that I am going to stay here for the night.